On today's adventure, we're going to Citadel Ruins in Utah. This is Citadel Ruins. Check this out. I don't know if you can see it on the GoPro, but that finger of rock sticking up down there, that's the landmark for the Seven Kivas Trail. If you're coming from up canyon a little bit, you follow down, and evidently it's supposed to be right around the backside of that finger. Okay, we've made it just past the little finger of rock right here, and I can see the Seven Kivas ruin site right down there. I don't think the GoPro can zoom in enough, but here it is. Checked my screenshot of the map for Seven Kivas, and yeah, I totally overshot the trail that's supposed to drop down into the canyon. And by the looks of the weather, I might not have time to see those ruins on my way back, because there is some dark, foreboding clouds forming to the south of me. So we'll see how this turns out. But if it starts getting nasty, it might be kind of tense trying to get out of here. So we'll just kind of play it by ear. I'm halfway to the Citadel Ruins right now, so we're gonna see those at least. So as you approach Citadel Ruins, you gotta pay kind of close attention, because the trail actually drops down right before the bridge that takes you to the ruins, right here. If you try to drop down right off the point, which would be natural instinct, there's just huge drop-offs. So your access is actually right here, before the bridge. So keep an eye out. As I approach this ruin, I can't help but think, same way I think about all cliff dwellings, and especially one like this, Citadel Ruins. You know, what would drive people to build in such a formidable area? Now, obviously, this spot is super easy to defend with only one access across this narrow bridge, but then you got to think about water and just the logistics of building out here. Why would they do it in one of just the most difficult areas to reach? My theory is, back in their day, it must have been a very, very, very hostile place to live. Like, to the point to where you need to build castles inside of cliffs, or on a little tiny speck of rock jutting out into a canyon. It'd be interesting to take a peek back in time to see what their life was like and what drove them to build in such difficult areas. And now we've approached the one wrong step section of this trail. But that is a scary little section of trail. Certainly wouldn't want to be out here in the rain. So here we are standing right off the point of this peninsula that goes straight to the bridge to Citadel Ruins. And you can see it's an overhang. I think you'd have to be a super skilled rock climber and over 6 feet tall to try to get up this. But look what I see in the rock right here. This typically is believed to be a sharpening stone where they would sharpen their axes. Once they put an edge on it, they'll do it here to hone that edge down to make it a little sharper. And by they, I mean the ancient tribes that lived here, the indigenous from 1,000 years ago. These cairns are just leading around to get down onto the bridge, because right off the point, it's a sheer drop. There might be 1 or 2 scramble spots, but I'm not gonna risk it. And we're starting to get a pitter patter of rain. That is not good. If you're not fairly good on your feet, I do not recommend doing this trail for obvious reasons. You know, the trail's not flat, you're walking at an angle. But slick rock is really good traction when it's dry. Hope this rain passes away from us. Ay, ay, ay. Now evidently the ruins are going to be on the right hand side, south facing of this pinnacle of rock. So we're going to go up and around it to the right. The universe is kind of out to get me today with this, for me at least, unexpected weather. It was supposed to be nice. And as soon as I send the drone up, because this area really needs drone photography to fully appreciate the magnitude of what we're in. And the wind starts kicking up. A lot of elements telling me, hey, you're not gonna be able to fly your drone. And that really sucks. But what's even worse than that, but related to it, is this weather. Whatever. Moving forward. Yeah. This is Citadel Ruins. Wind's getting stronger. This is a bad sign. We gotta hurry up. Let's go see these ruins. There might be a better way up, but this is the one I'm taking. Beautiful, well-preserved ruins. Looking out over this. Completely unapproachable from any side other than the bridge. And for anyone out there that's wondering, these ruins have long since been looted. When you look inside, I just stick the GoPro in because you're not allowed in them. They're just empty rooms. But the imagination goes wild. The original timber is still mortared in to this window. And these holes here, presumably, were more timber, more wood going through there. It could have been an extension of the ruin or for something going on inside the ruin. Perhaps they had a sleeping platform, who knows? The ceiling on these ones are covered in soot. That is an indicator that these were homes. They were actually sitting in here with fires versus granaries, which is what the one around the corner was, I think, because there was no soot on the ceiling from fires. Where this one, solid black, covered in soot. Remnants of ones that are far more broken down. The wind and the rain starting to pick up, so I'm gonna beat feet and move to get back to, at the very least, on top of the mesa. I want to get out of this whole section, so I gotta go fast. You see, I do my adventures alone most all of the time, and I'm all alone out here today. I was the only one camping and at the trailhead. If a true storm comes in, then nobody's coming in. So if I get in trouble out here, I'm gonna be stuck. I try not to take any risks, any unnecessary risks. And arguably, just coming out here, even though I saw the black clouds on the horizon, that's a risk. We'll see whether or not I should have taken it, but my instincts were to say, don't go. That's a risk. I mean, this kind of hiking is risky and dangerous just by the nature of what you're walking on. If you add bad weather into that risk, then it just exponentially increases. Wet rocks, lightning in a wide open exposed area. So I'm already in a risky situation. So I'm gonna get back up on that mesa quick as I can, but like a good Boy Scout, I'm always prepared. I carry extra food, water. I got a schmag, big head wrap, but it doubles as a towel. You could wrap your body in it. First aid kit, a lighter, knife. So my worst case scenario is I die. Either I fall off the ledge or I get struck by lightning. It's my worst case scenario. Second worst case scenario, a banger of a storm comes in where I have to take shelter in one of these alcoves. I could ride that out for a couple days if I had to, but the odds are it would just be measured in hours, maybe a day. Citadel Ruins. It's a shame we couldn't spend more time there, but safety first. Most dangerous section of the trail, right around this hump. It's only about 4 steps, 5 steps. But if you slip or misstep, you're going down there. There appears to be a dent chipped in here, as if at one point there was a little bridge. I bet they did that. Okay, back on the mesa. That feels good, but now I have a view of the horizon. Almost to the truck. I gotta take a break, I gotta rest. And it looks like the wind up high is kind of changed. Like maybe it's blowing the worst of it away from me. But down here, I'm walking into the wind. But I'm pretty lucky. This has only happened to me once before, when I was hiking in Canyonlands about 2 years ago. Day started out really nice, beautiful, weather was supposed to be nice. But then when I got to my destination, everything turned. Thunder. And the rain just picked up and got worse and worse and worse, to the point to where I was walking a flooded trail at the very end. Holy cow. So yeah, I've been pretty lucky so far. The important thing is, don't take unnecessary risks. Get out of there if things are starting to turn. You can always come back and do the adventure again. So we made it back to the truck, but now we just gotta get 7 miles through this. Not at all the kind of stuff you want to be driving on when it's wet, especially in the middle of a storm. So I'm not comfortable yet. And we got to make it down the Moki Dugway, which I don't even think that road's passable during a storm. But we're lucking out so far. We made it to pavement. This is such a relief. Now the 5-hour drive home. Now the road to get to the trailhead is a little bit of an adventure all by itself. It's about 7 miles off the pavement, and there's 2 roads you have to take. The first road, which is about 6 miles, 5.5 miles, that one's not so bad. It's sandy, but pretty much any car could take that. But the second road, that one, it's only a mile, but that, I would say, you're gonna need some good clearance on your vehicle if you're gonna tackle that last mile. If you don't, you're gonna have to walk it. Otherwise, the trail from the trailhead proper to Citadel Ruins, it's only like 2 miles in, 2 miles out. And there is dispersed camping in the area. And it turns out this area is one of these. Standard little envelopes, so bring cash, and it's $5 a day, or a 7-day pass for $10. Either way, that's reasonable. It's for the cause. Okay, at 5.6 miles, I see a cutoff, kinda, and it has 2 brown signs on each side that say Wilderness Study Area. This, not really much of a road-looking road, this is the turnoff. So now the name of the game is to find a suitable camp. And just in case someone out there thinks they're gonna take home a souvenir like the brick of a wall, you better watch out. All right, we found a great camping spot right near the trailhead, and this is gonna be camp for the night. Now that was a really fun experience. If you have an idea for an adventure that we should go on, please put it in the comment section. And if you're looking for some more adventure ideas, you can click one of these links and go to the page, because there's literally hundreds of other adventures going on there, and I hope to see you next time.